As a group, we all went to the police station in Ocean Grove to go interview a police officer.
We also interviewed a firefighter at CFA Ocean Grove.
And here are the videos.
Well, I think the main thing is, as we see a lot on the television, you guys probably see it too, is education. People have to be aware of the consequences, and I mean, you look now how many ads you see on the TV, the TAC funded ads where it shows people drinking and the consequences. People have to think, you know, what their actions can result in. I mean, with alcohol, it's not just the legal consequences, which obviously if someone's killed or seriously injured, if they're killed, it can be culpable driving, which you go to jail, but also to live with what you've done to those other people. So I think education's the key, but unfortunately it does still happen. Alcohol and drugs. So. Consume alcohol, don't drive your car. I mean, you can get a cab, you can get Uber these days, you can get a friend. Designated driver is always a great thing to do it. If you know you're going to consume alcohol, which everyone does, make those decisions before you get to the party, because a lot of people say, well, I'll drive there and I'll get a cab home, and of course when they're alcohol affected, people tend to make bad decisions and think, oh well, I'll risk it, and that seems to be a major problem. I think they're about right. They could probably be a little bit more strict. I know other countries, say Sweden, overseas, are very strict on drink driving, where your car's impounded, basically forfeited, and it's a jail term straight away. I don't know whether that'd be effective, because I think the mentality is a lot of people believe they're not going to get caught, so I don't know whether that's effective, but I think our penalties are pretty good at the moment. I usually didn't think I was over. I mean, that's probationary drivers where it's 00. It tends to be a lot where they'll drink the night before and then get in their car the following morning, not realising that they've had obviously way too much excess in alcohol the night before. And of course it's 00, they still get a reading. So a lot of the time you get, oh, I didn't realise, or I didn't think I was over, or I only had one beer. It must have been a pretty big beer with some of the readings that you get. So. Well, we do a lot of traffic enforcement, obviously, where we have random breath testing sites, or booze buses as they're commonly called, which test for both alcohol and drugs. So people, they can be at different locations throughout the state, a lot of the time with big events, you know, like the spring racing carnival just gone, they'll target that. I mean, we have traffic police that target traffic offences. They're on the road all the time. And as I said, education, a lot of that's through TAC. It's funded by TAC, and a lot of the time they'll have police members on those ads just to give it a bit of realism, I suppose.
We did a survey monkey online about drink driving, and these are our results.
We surveyed 21 people, and most of the people strongly agreed that drink driving is dangerous. Out of those 21 people, most of the people thought that 17 to 24-year-olds were more likely to drink drive, followed by 25 to 34-year-olds. Out of the 21 people surveyed, most people said they would know the drink driving limit, followed by some people said they were not sure, and some people said they didn't know it. 85% of people said they had not been in a car accident with someone under the influence of alcohol, and 15% had. Out of the 21 people, some said that the drink driving limit should be reduced, a small amount said it should be increased, a larger amount said no change, and another percent said other.
Maybe 10%, it's not as high as you'd think, but it's certainly there. Yep. So I have been out to crashes that have, involved alcohol. So, but yeah, certainly not every one of them. And we went out to a 2-car head-on collision. It was a young fella in a ute, in a Ford ute, and there was a lady driving a taxi, but it was like a van taxi, so it didn't have the front on it. And anyway, he was speeding, and he crossed over on Thompson's Road, and he went straight into the front of the taxi, and he came to rest up against a tyre shop in Thompson's Road. And when we got there, he was drifting in and out of consciousness everywhere, because it was in the car with him as well as while he was drinking. But this was at about 3 in the morning. He had on a pair of jeans, and his femur had broken and actually came through the denim of his jeans. So when we saw him, you could see this white snapped bone hanging out of his legs. So initially what we try and do is make the scene safe as possible. So when I say make it safe, that's safe for us, because first and foremost our responsibility is to look after ourselves. So we would make the scene safe by stopping the traffic, securing the vehicles so we knew they weren't going to either roll away or run into us. Then once we've done that, then our next priority is the people that are involved in the accident. So we will attend to them. If ambulance aren't in attendance, we'll administer first aid or start to prioritise where that first aid should be spent. I've spent some time with Victoria Police before I joined the fire brigade, and even in my training there we did a lot of testing around the alcohol limit, and it's in physical testing where we would consume alcohol ourselves and then test ourselves and then undertake certain tests at different alcohol ranges. And my personal opinion is that at 05, yep, you can drive at or under 05 you could drive a vehicle.
And I'm giving